How do there, guys, and welcome back to Edgar TV, and today I'm going to start a new series about changes I would make to major events. Some of them I might not cover at all because I think they're great as they are. Some of them I think we could look at some tweaks and some changes, and as the Premier League's coming up first, I think this could be the event to start this series with, and here are the changes I would make to the Premier League. So I've just popped myself in the corner over here on this to be confirmed bit because there's nobody here. And if you just look around the screen at the moment, the 9 players that have been announced so far for the Premier League. Now on top of this, there's a list of players that people are suggesting. Simon Whitlock, Dave Chisnell, Devon Peterson, Joe Cullen. There's an endless list of people that are suggesting. I did a video on this where I suggested potential players to take that 10th place, and on top of that I got more and more suggestions of people that they thought could come in this lineup. So with that in mind, maybe now's the time we should start combining a few of my ideas. So recently I spoke about some online content, some personalised content for PDC TV. Maybe, just maybe, on the afternoon of the Premier Leagues on pdc.tv, exclusive content, there should be a secondary 10 lineup player field where the top 2, shall we say, qualify to guarantee for next year's Premier League. So you've got the top 4 in the world rankings guaranteed, you've got 2 qualifiers from the Championship, shall we say, which will play in the afternoons on PDC TV, and then there'll be 4 spaces open for the best performers throughout the year in terms of wild cards, 2 picks for Sky, 2 picks for the PDC. I think that would be a good addition to the Premier League and have sort of a promotion relegation sort of thing. If you get relegated from the Premier League, you are guaranteed entry to the Championship the year after, which can give you the opportunity to instantly win that place back, but you are ineligible to take a wild card place. Now, this could backfire in some sense that you could get, for example, it's unlikely to happen, but let's say Peter Wright goes and gets relegated from the Premier League. Then he goes and wins the World Championship. You could be in a situation where you have the World Champion not taking part in the Premier League. However, if you get relegated from the Premier League, there should be a forfeit, well, not a forfeit, but a consequence of that in terms of the Premier League. Take football. It's unlikely for both of these things to happen. Man United get relegated, but then they win the Champions League. And I know it can't happen, but yeah, go. So Man United win the Champions League, but they get relegated. Yes, they'll be in the Champions League again because they're the winners of that, but they will not be in the Premier League the year after. They'll still be relegated to the Championship, just because they've won that other event, the Champions League. That's this. They've been relegated to the Premier League, they've gone and won the World Championships. It guarantees them the World Championships again for 2 years due to the prize money that they'd get from it, but it doesn't get them back into the Premier League. So that's something I would take that would be the first thing I'd change. If you're relegated from the Premier League, you are ineligible for the next year's Premier League. If there is a Championship, you can get guaranteed entry into that. You won't need the invite. I think that'll open up some trickiness in terms of how you get that Championship, and further debate would have to happen on that. I think you'd get the relegated players from the Premier League. Maybe you'd get the top 4 ranked players that aren't already qualified for the Premier League. So that would be probably rank sort of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoever's not already in the Premier League, so the highest players not qualified. Maybe do a qualifier for 2 places or the other places, maybe put the wild cards in there. There'd be so many options that you could do, and the talent pool at the moment, when you look at the Premier League, this one space that I'm sat over at the moment, the debate of who gets this at the moment is unbelievable when you think about the amount of names that are being banded around as potential players for the Premier League. And with that in mind, surely there's opportunity for more places in there. Maybe we could look at expanding the Premier League now to 12 players, and then relegation becomes something for more players on that cut-off point. We have more players relegated, which means more players will be exempt from the year after, but it'll strengthen up that Championship, and I just think we could have a really, really good season of top-end darts with a couple of little adaptations here. What do you guys think? What would you change about the Premier League? They're my main couple of things. Maybe an expanded field. Relegation means relegation. It means you don't play the year after. And then a secondary field of players, but maybe just for PDC.TV, not as in like they play on the night. It's not going to be on Sky Sports. It's not going to be in front of the crowds. It's going to be a chat like a on the stage, yes, but a bit like what we've seen recently, like with the World Championships without the crowd and things. So they'll do the tour with everybody. So they'll go to Newcastle, they'll go to there, they'll go to there. They'll do the tour, so it readies them for the demand as well, because that's something that you hear a lot about, the demand of the Premier League. So it can see if that's something that they really want. So match that schedule, see how they get on, see if you like it, and if you do, you've got the opportunity there to get in the Premier League. Like I say, let me know in the comment section what you think, and I'll catch you soon, guys. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe, because I will be doing things that I would change in majors. Some of them are going to be small, some of them are going to be quite big. This is quite a large, sizable suggestion. Catch you soon, guys, for some more Edgar TV.